But a part of what you're saying suggests that this is all normal.
Well, don't let me suggest anything, because I can say things.
Well, say it more clearly.
Can I just point out a point?
He's a terrorist. This man is a terrorist.
Beta.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mika, and we're back for another Red Cup Talks, because once we have the Red Cup, we're about to spill some truth. And today I wanted to come on and talk about how Angela Rye just screamed at the top of her lungs in all of her Trump derangement fashion at her co-host on her podcast, okay? And when I tell you, he looked like he wanted to say something, but he's beta, so he didn't say anything, okay? I want you to hear what Angela Rye was talking about, as if she still believes these things. Watch this.
How do you have a peaceful transition with someone who actually isn't so peaceful in his remarks and some of the things that he's done in the past as president? What is this all about? I really believe this man is a fascist and a racist and a bigot, and he's a xenophobic person, and he, all of those things.
We know you believe that he's all of those things because you have Trump derangement syndrome. See, women like Angela Rye, okay? Angela Rye is smart, but she's dumb. Okay. And she had the nerve to believe everything Kamala was saying to her. And it could be because, she thought she was going to get in with the rest of the boule, and they thought they were going to have some type of position, some type of status, right up under Kamala. Okay. But because Kamala is not in, ma'am, you're irrelevant. So they keep going on with this Trump derangement. Her, Joy, everybody. They just keep going on and on with this as if this is going to serve them any good. Kamala lost, okay? Trump is not a fascist, and he's not Hitler. So why wouldn't Joe Biden sit with him? These people are nuts.
Two quick things. One, I think Joe Biden, having wrested so much of his rebirth in his run for presidency, and even Kamala through the prosecuting of the case around why Donald Trump is unfit to serve in the office again, they were rightly trying to ring the alarm, sound the alarm, treat him as not normal, as a pariah in many ways. But once the people have spoken, once voters have decided, and in this way, in a relatively convincing way in modern politics, given the spread, it is incumbent upon the existing leadership to, in my opinion, hold with its traditions and its norms. And quite frankly, it's been done.
Okay, so out of the three, him, Angela Rye, and the other lady, he is the more logical one. Go figure. They get all emotional and they forget the facts. They forget the law. They just throw everything out the water, which is why she's so upset, because she allowed the Democrats and Kamala to sell her on her emotions and not the facts. The facts were that nobody put Kamala there. She didn't get one vote. So why do we want her? Why is she there? She's there because the DNC put her there, and now they're heavily paying for it. But he is correct. He is absolutely correct. Once the people have spoken, ma'am, have a seat.
This is a man. The media has normalized it, but I think as people who look like us in our community, I think they depend on us to be able to see through the bullshit. Yeah. And despite the media treating this man like, oh, well, he says he's going to appoint somebody who wants to kill the Department of Education. What do you think about that? Instead of, oh my God, what does this? I don't really care what pundits think about killing the Department of Education. You as a reporter, you as a journalist hosting a show, I'd rather you talk to us about the real live ass consequences that will have on the American people.
We agree, but those are two separate things.
They are, Andrew, but you're saying, but a part of what you're saying suggests that this is all normal.
Well, don't let me
okay, well, clarify. Let me know.
I can say things.
Well, so say it more clearly, because that's what it sounded like to me too, please.
Ma'am, shut up. You guys are definitely either just extra nice or you're beta, because why would you let that woman talk to you like that? Like, why? Okay, she's rude. She's unruly. The other woman is rude. This man has been nothing but nice and respectful. He allows them to state their points, and he's even on their side, honestly, because he's a liberal, all right? But He's not illogical. He understands what's happening. And these two women are Trump deranged. I don't know how he sits on this show. He looks like he's sweating over there because at the end of the day, when you got to deal with Pitbull 1 and 2, they got you looking like a chihuahua, my man.
We can go off the cliff.
It is the point. It is absolutely the point.
Well, let me hear Andrew. Let me hear what you have to say, Andrew.
You can go off the cliff and never, ever get power again. That's
where we are.
No, that isn't where we are because
Andrew,
we haven't begun
very well
to
could be. He said this was the last election.
But Angela, you are smart. However, your wisdom does not supplant that of all of the American people who went out and voted. And unfortunately, I've had to subject myself to the same damn thing. You don't think I'm hurt? I felt awful. I felt humiliated.
No.
I'm going to finish my point. And ashamed that I had to call a guy and who I don't respect, who I don't like, and anything else, and concede a race for governor. Mm-hmm. No, it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good to Kamala either. She had warned the country of what a fascist looked like, and it was him and standing for him. Yet she picked up the phone, she made the call because that's what mature democracies do.
Angela Rye is just being irrational. And on top of that, she's just being loud and boisterous as if speaking louder is going to make my man change his tone. The man is making a point. He actually has a legitimate point, and he's actually being pretty logical for a liberal, especially a beta.
We don't want to conflate two different things. Do you think Kamala Harris is rubber stamped and signed off on his policies on Elon Musk
even talk
or any
about
of the above?
her. I
no,
said
you didn't name check her, but it is important.
No, I didn't even bring up her concession
This is
call.
Why, but you didn't. But I did.
I did not.
You
and
did
I'm
not,
saying
you
I
did
asked
not,
the question
Angela, but
about
I did.
the Presidential Transition Act of 1963 and the Oval Office meeting not being statutorily required.
Again,
Andrew, finish your point. Finish your point. Because you're talking about the
I don't want to be labeled as saying something else. I didn't say anything about your concession call. I didn't say anything about his
I think Andrew's making a different point. So Andrew, finish your point.
It's not okay to say that I essentially suggested that when you didn't want to have anything suggested to you either.
You can assign me saying that the president should attend inauguration and host the incoming president at the White House as being a rubber stamp of Elon Musk. Never said that.
I did not say anything about Elon Musk.
Let me get back to the point, though. Let me get back to the point, if I could. Him sitting down for an hour-long coffee is not what we are really taking issue with. What we are really going to be taking issue with is when he starts lining people up and marching them out of this country. When he comes in my neighborhood, for my children, for my family, for my way of life. Those are the fights, and we have to gear up. And to bring us back to what the question was, it was how we are going to strategize around our fight back against this man. We will fight those as they come and before they get here. But we litigated the fact that this man is a fascist in the election. The voters had the opportunity to consume that and make a decision as to whether or not they cared. And we don't get to supplant our knowledge, our will, our want over a democratic practice like an election. That was my point.
Donald Trump is not coming to round up people, okay? Y'all got to go on with this Hitler nonsense. If anybody rounded up people, that would be the deporter-in-chief, Barack Obama, okay? Y'all wasn't mad then, so don't be mad now. And last but not least, he still made a slight point in all his Trump derangement. He made the point that in all of their derangement, it doesn't get to supersede the will of the people. The will of the people said, we want Donald J. Trump. We don't want Kamala. Deal with it. But they can't. All right, you guys. So I don't know what it's going to take for, the vast majority of liberals to get on board the fact that this is not going to change. Donald Trump is the president-elect, whatever you want to call it. He'll be in there January 20th, okay? At the end of the day, it's not going to change. Kamala done already forgot about y'all. She in Hawaii, all right? And at the end of the day, hey, this is just the way the cookie crumbles when your candidate is inserted instead of elected, okay? And Angela Rye understands that. And all this freedom talk, she was never going to do it anyway because the president cannot supersede the SCOTUS, okay? The Supreme Court already ruled on Roe v. Wade, and it's back to the states. So I really don't understand what Kamala was supposed to do, for them anyway, but, they don't read, they don't know. And the people that do know, like Angela Rye, who's supposed to be so smart, didn't tell them that either. Again, I think Angela and the rest of the boule are just mad because she didn't get in and they don't have set positions that they thought they was going to have and access to that White House. But I could be wrong. So get down in the comments and let me know. What did you think of Angela doing all of that nonsense, screaming over the poor man, even though he's a beta? All right. And let me know, if you think Kamala's sitting there worried about whatever they have to say. I don't think she is. She's enjoying Hawaii. Let me know, guys. Thanks for watching. It's your girl Mika, and I'm out. Peace.